Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys. Peep Gang, it's your boy Tail Biz. All right, so let's cook on this for a minute. So I just wanted to talk about this because, a lot of people are starting to bring this up. Well, the real media, I'm not going to say new media, all that kind of stuff, real, objective, fair media who are willing to call out the double standards, that go on in boxing. And like I said, I got another video that's coming out because like I said, I'm really sick of Ryan Garcia and his fake ass because somebody need to say this about Ryan Garcia's punk ass. And that's just real talk. He ain't in no position to say anything or criticize Bud about anything. So we'll get to that in a minute. So, but nevertheless, let's talk about, speaking of Latino fighters, let's talk about Sebastian Fundora. So now everybody is praising him for basically, him beating up Keith Thurman. But here's the thing: Sebastian Fundora at age 28, has pretty much campaigned at really one weight class, and he has a very significant advantage over everybody. First of all, the fact that this man is fighting at 154 and like 6'6". I mean, of course, in all likelihood, he should be the favorite over everybody. He has a height advantage. He has a reach advantage, you know. And the funny thing is, he doesn't get called a weight bully. But Devin Haney, who's moved up 4 weight classes at 27 since he began his professional career, get called a weight bully. But he's never, put any rehydration clause in anybody's contracts. But people are saying, oh, because he rehydrated overnight, then, he's a weight bully. But then Canelo, who had 5 straight fights at a catchweight, ain't considered a weight bully or as I used to call, a weight pimp. Because at the end of the day, he got away with this. But the funny thing is, when you bring that up with Canelo, oh, well, he's A size, so you need to comply. Well, okay, well then he isn't as good as he's made out to be then if he needs a advantage or he has to put a weight clause and a rehydration clause. Look at the people that he made come up in weight. And finally, the one dude that he thought was just coming up there to collect a paycheck beat his ass. And we know who that was. That was Terrence Crawford. And that was real talk. And that was one of the biggest joys in my life, seeing Terrence Crawford go up 3 weight classes. Well, a pit stop at 154, but he basically went up 3 weight classes and whooped on Canelo, beat him decisively. And then the funny thing is, people just thought it was going to be just, a cash out for Terrence Crawford. He just was trying to cash out, and people thought this was going to be a cakewalk for Canelo. And I love the fact how many excuses were made and how